neighbor. Hey there, how you doing? It's snowing outside and I am headed to the grocery store. We are expecting like a foot of snow or something. So I'm trying to hurry up and go get healthy meals for the week. Are you barking at the deer? Are you barking at the deer? Mahi! It's coming down. Well, I made it back from the grocery store. So I need to put these away. Tonight's dinner is chicken fajitas, although I don't have a recipe because we kind of did a whole bunch of things. But for the chicken, I just got chicken breasts and I sprinkled taco seasoning on them, and then I baked them in the oven for 30 minutes, and then I chopped up bell peppers and onion, and Joe did something with those.
Yeah, it's called fajitas, and I made them awesome.
What kind of seasonings did you put on?
All of them.
And then we have some whole wheat tortillas and a little bit of cheese and some light sour cream, and that is dinner tonight. When you look out the windows today, it's just a complete whiteout, which is fun. There's just lots of snow coming down. So I am making some white chicken chili inside of the crock pot. I feel like we kind of get sick of sandwiches and salads for lunch, and so I thought that it would be smart to kind of just like make something up in the crock pot and put it in the fridge. That way throughout the week we can have that for lunch as well, instead of just chicken and sandwiches or salad and sandwiches. So things like chili or soup or something like that. This is what I'm having for lunch today. It's a BLT wrap with some turkey bacon. Super easy to make. I just used some whole wheat tortillas, some organic guacamole, tomato, and then I just grabbed the lettuce that was inside of my salad bag and cook up the bacon really quick, which takes like 2 minutes, and assemble it. So once it's done cooking in the crock pot, I just pull out the chicken and shred it all, which is super easy since it's been cooking in the crock pot. Then just stir it around, and now I have a nice healthy lunch. That's what it looks like for this week, or if there's a night that I don't want to cook dinner. Woohoo! It's actually been a couple of weeks since I've had a completely empty sink, so that feels nice. All right, so these are all of the ingredients that I need for tonight's dinner, which is stacked chicken enchiladas. Good morning, guys. I am just making a smoothie before I head to a doctor's appointment. I love having a smoothie in the morning because I try to stay away from grains as much as possible, like bread and rice and pasta. So I try to only have 1 serving of grains a day. So 1 serving of rice or pasta. So I find that it's easiest to save that 1 serving of grains for lunch or dinner if I just have a smoothie in the morning. But I keep my smoothies pretty simple. I just add a little bit of water, and then I either use coconut or almond milk. Just do a splash of that. And then I do some spinach. Do a couple handfuls of this, but I'm gonna wash it real quick. And then I do a few frozen strawberries, just a couple handfuls. Going gluten-free is good for lupus, arthritis, and endometriosis. I just put a little bit of honey in there. So I know that it's something that I need to do. I'm not ready to get there yet, but I do keep an eye on the amount of like grains that I'm eating, because apparently bread and pasta and stuff just isn't good for lupus, arthritis, and endometriosis. My smoothies are always a really ugly color because of the spinach. But spinach is so healthy for you, especially with having those health issues. I've read like foods that you should eat. And with all of those health issues, including PCOS, they say that spinach is like super good for you and you should eat a lot of it. It tastes really good though. It doesn't look like it would taste good, but it does. Feather, what are you doing? Are you trying to get your toys out? Every morning Feather has to grab her toys from her basket, and it's funny because it has a lid on there, it's not as easy for her to get them out, so it kind of entertains her trying to get them out, which I like, and I'm surprised she doesn't chew up the basket. Feather, get your toy. Get your toy. Oh, good girl. Oh, you got two. You got two that time, Beth. Hey guys, I'm halfway cut off. Huh. How can I just push it back more? Does that work? Kind of? A little bit? This week, it's just kind of turned into what I'm eating. So I realized that halfway through the week while I was filming, and then I thought I'll just embrace it and just kind of make this vlog a lot of just what I've been eating throughout the week, but obviously all of my vlogs won't be like this. So tonight I am making some, I was gonna show you, but I don't know if that's copywritten, some shredded barbecue chicken hamburgers, which I'm really excited about. I pinned it a while ago on my Pinterest. So I am just getting going on that. I already chopped up the onions. I'm trying to have the recipe, so hopefully it works, because I need to have recipes more often, because we are just ending up with like way too much food. But we had leftovers last night, and it was funny because the nights that we end up having leftovers are the days that my diet is like the hardest for me to stick to. Do I look completely stupid because I'm like halfway in the thing? Those days are really the hardest for me, and I think it's because I have really grown to love cooking, which I always loved. I always liked cooking, but I didn't love it because it was just so exhausting to me, and it was just a lot of work for just the two of us. I hated grocery shopping, I hated meal planning, and so that whole thing just made it really hard. I really am like starting to not mind grocery shopping, which is a big accomplishment. I really love meal planning. I am like, any moment that I'm not doing something, I'm on my phone. That was 3, right? 4. I feel like I just want to do 4 of that. I love finding new healthy recipes to make, and I love making them. Like for me, it's just kind of an adventure, like making a new recipe, number 1, and then making a healthy recipe that tastes good. Like it's kind of like a challenge for me, and it makes it to where I don't need to eat as much because I am enjoying food in a different way than just eating it. 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And so then the nights that we have leftovers, I'm not getting to like prep the food. And so then I just want to eat all the time. Oh no, 1/4 cup of brown sugar. So then that would not be having the recipe. I'm glad I saw that. So anyhow, yeah, it's been going good. I'm proud of myself for how far I've come. 1/4 cup of tomato paste, so then that would be 2 tablespoons. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of garlic powder, even though it didn't call for it, because you can't go wrong with garlic. 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Ah! We have this fly in our house that is so ginormous. It was just in my ear. Okay, is it just me, or I thought that flies died during the winter, but that one is alive and kicking. now time to add the chicken, and then that's it. So this is what it looks like. So you just need to turn this on low. My crock pot cooks super fast, so this will probably be done in like 2 or 3 hours. So there were these coyotes like right outside our fence, which really makes me sick to my stomach. But Joe was gonna go out there and get some footage of it, and then I was like, go get your drone. And he like slid across the floor to go get his drone, but they're scattering off now, so I don't know that he's gonna be able to get them. The crazy thing is that there's 5 coyotes and 3 deer, and it looks like the deer are following the coyotes. Oh my gosh, there's a coyote right there by the deer. You are missing the most crazy footage, Joe. It's like they're friends. Hey guys, happy Friday. I'm gonna hurry up and jump into sharing one of your guys', actually 2 of your guys' highlights. Don't lose that, because I know that this video is really long, but I hope that you guys enjoyed it. It was kind of a different theme to vlogging this week, just kind of sharing with you what I was eating. So the first highlight that I'm gonna share is from Amanda Pretty Pants. And she says, the highlight of my week was my husband and I, after working hard and saving up money, took our son and daughter on a trip to Disneyland and California Adventure. We got my daughter a makeover at Elsa and Anna's boutique, and my son got to do Jedi training. What is so amazing is watching their excitement. My husband works long hours and has a highly stressful job, so it was wonderful to have family time together and at the happiest place on earth. So I just loved that. I grew up in California, and so we would go to California or to Disneyland kind of frequently. But now that I live out of the state and I see people from like Colorado going to Disneyland, it is like a big task. Like you have to get the whole family airplane tickets and hotels, and it's really a fun thing to be able to do with your family, and it's something that you really do have to save up money for. So I was super happy that they were able to do that, and I'm sure you guys just had an absolute blast. And then the next highlight is from Joyce, and she said, my highlight was seeing Ellie Goulding. I hope I'm saying that right. I know her music, but I have never really said her name out loud before. Last Tuesday, my hubby surprised me Monday the week before. We've been going through a stressful last year and emotional start of this year, so it was sweet of him to make the effort to do something fun together. So I just loved reading that. I love it when your husbands do that like super sweet thing for you, but it just touches your heart that they thought of you and that they took the effort to surprise you with something. I love surprises, and so that was just super sweet. So thank you for everyone who shared their highlights. Leave a comment down below letting me know what your highlight was this week so I can share 1 or 2 of them in next week's vlog. And I hope you guys had a great week, and I'll see you later. Bye.